Perfect parenting. The life of gratitude. There is no doubt that we must be grateful for what we have. And truly, life is not the sum of your abilities to gather and collect resources, but simply your consistent ability to give and share what you have and what you know in a constant feedback loop with the world. This is the basis of our perception, and therefore our ability to correct our direction and make the right decisions. Your success is very often defined by your vision. Why do prisoners live in small cells with thick walls? It's not just so that they can't physically escape. Your ability to see beyond what you presently know and develop a coherent aim is a life skill that will filter down through your actions into the lives of your children. You may wish to prepare for the worst, but at the same time, you must expect the most positive of outcomes. In all studies, teacher expectation affects a pupil's immediate and long-term results. The clarity of your aims will give you a grasp on the foundations of your ability and will allow you to mark your progress. The more visible this is, the more confident you will feel. Just like watching a house get built, it's a cliche, but it's also true, that if you think positive, then you can positively affect the relationships around you. The most common words that most children hear are no and don't. This influence has a long-term effect on confidence. It's easy to veer off course in life. Think about how you have to focus when you are driving a car. It's constant correction and checks with subtle or slight manipulations. If you take a trip, you usually have a starting point and an end point. You might even plan in the brakes on the way. If you so choose, you can employ the same strategy in your very close relationships. Ensure that everybody knows where they are and where they are going, with some space for the impromptu, of course. Your word is your bond. It represents the safety and security of everything in your environment. As you keep your promises, your value to those around you increases. Are you keeping your promises? What about the small ones? What about the ones you make to yourself? There is no gradation of difference between lies. There is no noble lie. They all lead to a dark place. Nobody really gets away with anything, because you know what you did. A child's belief in the future is predicated on their ability to know that they can trust their parents. Your children are accountable to you and to all of the other adults that you bring them into contact with. But who are you accountable to? Who is really going to ensure that your moral judgments are accurate and valid? It's not easy. Good friends who will give us a verbal slap when we need one are quite rare. And who is to say that they are right? Bad decisions are often the result of bad advice. We may even naturally default to the guidance of our parents, which perpetuates the same lifelong cycles. And this can be good or bad. One classic approach is to balance the old with the new. Just like in cooking, you may wish to repeat a classic recipe and then follow it with a little experiment. It need not be complicated. A simple, chopped up fruit salad can be healthier than a meal that takes hours to prepare. And we all have different tastes and enjoy different foods at different times. The proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the tasting. The real results come over time. Remain thoughtful as to how you can improve. Practice regular identification of the important issues affecting yourself and your children. Who influences them? What activities eat up their time? Are their thoughts directly positive or negative? As a parent, where you lead, they will follow. As a parent, know where the borders and boundaries of acceptance lie. As a parent, always be asking yourself questions with the aim of gradual progress. Points for you to consider may include: are your aims clear and aligned with the goals of those around you? Who is keeping you accountable on a daily basis, and are you listening to them? Do you need to step back a little to get a more objective picture? Just how much is your attitude affecting your aptitude? And try to measure success without too much comparison to others, and always be consistent with your actions and expectations. Thank you for listening.